What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Friday afternoon, evening, going into nighttime. We're doing it. We're flying across the universe right now at a crazy speed, and all the chaos happening around us. We still manage to get up every day and go about our routines and go to work and go to school, start projects, record episodes, talk to the people we care about, try to understand the people we don't necessarily agree with. It's a crazy world we live in. This podcast is obviously one day late. I tried to tell people on my social medias. I don't know if I really did a good job, but I did try to tell people that this podcast was going to be a little bit late. For obvious reasons. I'm sitting here today. It's Thursday, and I don't know what the outcome of this election is going to be. And even if the outcome is, even if we do have a solidified winner within the next, 48 hours, and you guys will listen to this podcast knowing who the winner is, even the winner is still going to be questioned. There's so much, I'm just going to look. I'm just going to Google right now voter fraud. And I'm just going to read off a few news headlines. This is as of 9:39 in the morning on Thursday. Trump campaign suing Nevada, claiming voter fraud. OSCE slams Trump's baseless allegations, blah, blah, blah. Wagons, suitcases, and coolers roll into Detroit voting center at 4 a.m. Clerical error prompts unfounded claims about Michigan results, fact-checking the Avalanche Wisconsin election, misinformation. I mean, this is just, it goes on. TikTok is battling false voter fraud allegations spread on the platform by conservative accounts. It's just, you don't feel like we have control of this anymore. For me personally, like I said, I don't know what the results are. I'm sitting here today and I'm looking at it. I'm watching it as much as I can. So one of the reasons why I didn't post Thursday is because I was legitimately sad on Wednesday. I'm not sad because Biden's going to win or Trump's going to lose, or Trump could win and Biden can lose. Look, if I legitimately do not, Biden did not receive 100% of 128,000 new votes in Michigan. I don't know. I did not post because I was afraid. There's a few reasons. Because I didn't want my podcast to be completely out of date. We all thought Tuesday we're going to get a winner. We all thought we were going to wake up Wednesday knowing who the winner is, and we definitely woke up Thursday thinking that we were at least going to know who it is. And by the time I'm done with this episode, we could have a winner. I'm not too sure. This could be an out-of-date podcast, but there's still a few things I want to talk about. There's a lot happening. I just right here on the laptop, riot declare National Guard activated in downtown Portland. Denver police clash with protesters. It just seems like there's so much of a want for there to be chaos, that chaos is going to ensue. It seems like no matter who wins, both sides are going to be really thoroughly pissed off. And I understand losing sucks, and I know it's definitely, it's not something you want, right? You never want your team to lose. But what you never want, what you especially don't want, is your team to lose and then try to attack the other team. Because this is what you see if you are working with children, right? This is what you see when you're working at an elementary school or preschool or daycare. You see retaliation in the form of violence. You see anger spark out that leads to physical harm to other people. You're watching this happen, and over what? Over two individuals. Where yes, I understand a lot of things branch off from these people, but there's still violence is never the result. They never should be the finish line for anything. because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It feels good. Anger is a weird emotion. It's a positive and negative emotion. When you're angry, you feel good. That's why it's addicting. That's why anger management, like, you need to manage it, because it's an addicting feeling. And it's so weird to sit here, and we called it, right? We knew what was going to happen. We knew chaos. It's almost like we're speaking it into reality. We're told all the time, you have to speak in your reality. You have to actually believe in something, visualize it, take the steps to get there. But it's happening here. It's happening here. And so all day Wednesday, I was just sad. Like, usually I film my podcast on Wednesday and I upload it that day, and it goes out Thursday. I just couldn't get myself to do it because I didn't want to be completely wrong, because in that moment, only thing I wanted to talk about was who was going to win. And I wanted to do a podcast about the person who won and give my opinions on it. But that couldn't happen because no one knew who was going to win. We all had an idea. It looked like Trump was pulling it out like super early, but then, a lot of Trump supporters are going in person to vote because mail-in votes were designed for Democrats. The fear of the coronavirus is more of the overwhelming fear is more, I would say, more of a left feeling. So these mail-in ballots are designed for people who have a severe fear of coronavirus. And I'm not critiquing anybody because it's a legit fear. Like, I don't know people personally, but I know of people who've gotten really sick from coronavirus. And who wants to get sick if you can avoid it? But now all the numbers are coming in from the mail, and it looks like they're all Biden, which is still like kind of, questionable. Like, why are they all Biden? But at the same time, everyone I know who did a mail-in vote was a Biden supporter. And it's just, I couldn't talk on Wednesday. I was just sad looking around. Like, I was very thoughtful about this. Like, this whole process, more than anything, is making me realize just how I guess I don't want to say insecure, but just how much progress has not been made between people. Me personally, if somebody wins this election, when one person wins the election, I would never be in attack mode towards anybody. And I understand that it's because I understand a lot of it's because of me as a person, who I am. I'm a white person. I'm a white male. I don't have a lot of struggles that a minority has in this country, right? But what I do have is I have the empathy. I sit around and I watch people suffer during all this. People are suffering. People are really sad. People are inside breaking apart. I mean, if Trump wins, it's going to be chaos. If Biden wins, it's going to be chaos, and people want it. It's almost like the news outlets, and people want chaos because they're not talking to each other in an understandable way. They're yelling at each other. They're angry with each other. They're aggressive towards each other. They want parties to lose. They're categorizing the entire Republican side as Trumpers or dangerous people, or they're Proud Boys, or they're categorizing the entire left side as, Antifa, or just crazy liberals. Like, it's like people want chaos, and I don't know why. I really don't. I try so hard to think about like the philosophy behind it. I think people more than ever in this country, especially this country, there's no sense of fulfillment. There's no sense of meaning to the life. We live a life now where everything is so shallow. Relationships people have with each other, they're not mutual. They're immediately ended when one person feels like they're being treated unfairly, or they're giving more than they're receiving, instead of realizing that's what happens in a relationship. When you're with somebody for a while, you understand that there's times when you give more than you receive, and same way on the other end. That we live in a time where social media has has literally designed us humans into this fucking rating system, and it just we need improvement all the time, and without improvement we feel like we're nothing. Literally, the way that you used to have meaning in this world is what you did as an occupation, the way your family viewed you, the way your wife looked at you, the way that your kids talk to you. But now, the way that you feel validated with anything in your life, it's how many people can you upset to make the people that support you like you more. It's what we've gotten ourselves into a tunnel of just pain and suffering, and it's not going to end until we can look at somebody who comes from a different side of the world, different side of the tracks, as you would call it, and understand their pain and understand their suffering, and not poke at their suffering, not hurt them, not say that they're useless, that they're broken, that they're rednecks, that they're racist, that they're, well, that's a different one, but that they're rednecks, that they're poor, that they're rich, that they're evil, that they're liberals, that they're socialists, they're Democrats, they're Republicans, whatever. They're fucking old school, new school. They're a minority. Not a minority. They're a millennial. They're Gen X, like baby boomer. Like, fuck all that. You know, there's a time and place for it. I spend a lot of the time on my podcast joking, and I spend a lot of my time on this podcast making generalizations and making fun of people and saying things sometimes that might have gone just a little bit too far, but it's clearly in a joking manner, and you know where I stand. You know how much I do care about people, and I want people to be happy, and I love human, and I love being a human, and more than anything, I love seeing other humans feel a sense of pride of being a human too. And I just feel like this time in this country's history is, first of all, it's not unique. I listened to this beautiful podcast with this this African American academic at Georgia Tech. He was brilliant. I gotta look it up. Charles Isbell. He is he's a computer engineer. Charles Isbell. There he is. He's an American researcher, computationalist, researcher, and educator. He's been professor in Georgia Institute of Technology College at Georgia Tech since 2002 and serves as college dean since 2019. He went to MIT. He talks about being an African American in this world, and he talks about the times in this country's history where there's always been a push for progress, right? There's always been a push for progress. And it's just a reminder that this is what happens. We need progress. We need people to wake up and understand that we need equality. And it's just so hard to see that people are treating, in the path of equality, you can't treat others unequal. Right. And I think when you are super compelled on one side of the tracks and you really believe in what you believe, which is fair, like as you should, you should definitely believe, you should have strong beliefs, and they should drive you to continue. But when your need to take something and make it as equal as something else is actually not by bettering something or by improving the system, but it's actually the course that you take is to take the other group who you think is higher on the hierarchy and removing them and stripping them away from everything they know, you're creating a hostile minefield. You're not creating equality. You're creating dopamine rushes in your brain, but what you're actually doing is you're creating more chaos, delayed chaos. It's a feeding ground to broken people. Conversation is the number one way you can take pain from people, relay it, and understand it. What we want more than ever is other people to understand our pain that we go through every day. That's why protests are so aggressive, because people are fed up not being listened to. We need to listen more. We need to listen more. We need to listen more. We need to open our ears. We need to understand that whoever wins this presidency, whoever the fuck wins this presidency, and we wake up Monday or Friday, or I get off this podcast, if fucking Kanye West wins it, but obviously he won't. It's a joke. But if Joe Biden wins it, or Donald Trump wins it, we have to understand that whoever it is, they are not impacting me going to somebody who I don't know or necessarily don't agree with and communicating with them. You understand? That is a ripple effect in listening to them and understanding the pain that they're going through. Whoever the president is does not have an impact on that. What they say and what they do, yes, I understand, does have a ripple effect. The same way that I just said having a conversation with somebody has a ripple effect. But making overgeneralizations about people and putting them in groups that are solidified and saying that they are this, they will always be this, and they would never not be this, that is the worst thing that you could possibly do to humans. It's terrible. And this is why I didn't have the balls to talk about anything on Wednesday, because I was sad. I was sad because people I knew were being mean to people everywhere. Social media is just it was a garbage can on fire. It was chaos. People were just attacking the other side. Both sides is fucking broken. Who are we to not realize that? Who are we to assume that one side is better than the other? We watch the Super Bowl. We watch sports all the time. One team might win next year, like the Patriots, lose a key player, and their team falls apart. Why do we think that that doesn't exist in this world of I want to say politics, but that doesn't feel like the right world. It seems like corruption. This game of corruption that we play, with an arrow kind of pointing the right way. If you can get enough people on your team, it doesn't seem corrupt, because how can you have corruption when you have a large number of people following your broken ways? I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit here on Wednesday and talk about anything because I was sad. I was sad inside. Nobody was talking. Everyone was just finger pointing. Everyone was quiet in person, but loud over phones and over social media. But he's fucking loud, just speaking all the time and not listening to anything. Right? This is the issue. Nobody listens. We all want to point fingers so quickly. I understand Joe Biden and Donald Trump are already going to Supreme Court. I get it. I understand this is a battling ground for chaos, but this is also the grounds for you to find what it means to be a civilized, responsible human, and through all the chaos to understand that peace is the ultimate goal and not hurting other people. The reason why you'll never catch me at a fucking protest or one of these rallies is because I don't know why I believe in what I believe. I have an intuition. I believe in what I believe, but what I believe is not because I'm better or higher than somebody in the hierarchy. It's because my fucking life was born at a certain time. My parents made me at a certain time. They got married at a certain time. I was brought up in a different area. I was brought up in a very highly predominant African American place, brought over here to a white place, went to a Catholic school, transferred to a public school, been in and out of university. The reason why I believe in what I believe is not because I'm intentionally trying to believe. It's because the path that my life has taken by my choice, sometimes, not always, but because I've taken that path, it's now who I am. It's what I believe. And this is what I think people fail to understand, that the things that you believe, the person who you are, does not make you a greater human than somebody else. It just simply doesn't. It just simply doesn't. And this should be so self-evident when this race is separated by 2 million voters. Like, that's a decent amount, but if you look at the percentage, like, I've been seeing shit like, if you support Donald Trump, don't ever talk to me again. It's like, are you fucking crazy? What do you mean, don't ever talk to you again? Like, how can you make such a generalization, such an egregious, rude, mean statement? How can you say that? Is it that everybody who is a Republican is a racist, or is it because that maybe a lot of cops and military are pro Donald Trump because Donald Trump wants to give more money to these police officers instead of defunding them, having them lose their jobs, having the risk of them losing their life, then losing their family? Have you ever thought about maybe military people like Donald Trump more because under the Republican administration, under Donald Trump, more than Barack Obama, they've gotten more weapons and more military supplies to go over and fight to protect your fucking lazy ass from getting shot by terrorists? Have you ever maybe thought about this stuff? Or is it immediately, if you're one side of the party, I hate you, don't ever talk to me? Don't ever surround yourself by people that agree with you. Don't ever fully surround yourself with people that agree with you, because guess what happens? You fall apart. People start trying to kill you. And I know that's an extreme example, but you see that with leaders all the time. They surround themselves with yes men. They surround themselves with people who they believe also agree with them. And then one day shit hits the fan, and next thing you know, the people that were once your friends are your fucking enemies. You can't make these absurd blanketed statements. They're dangerous. I've done it before, and I do. I regret some of it. I really do. But at the same time, just what's going on right now in this world is just so, it breaks my heart to see. It does. It breaks my heart to see. I'm looking at it right here. Like this election, it's 50.4% to 48%. You know, it's addicting to watch. It shoots the dopamine off in my head. It's literally set up for a positive feedback loop in my brain. It feels like I'm on heroin. I want to keep looking at it, but I don't know why I want to keep looking at it, because whoever does win, I'm chilling, dude. But what worries me the most is what people are going to do to each other. Part of me wants Biden to win. And the biggest reason why I want Biden to win is because I truly think that if Biden wins, it's like taking the air out of the sails. I'm not somebody who wants chaos. I know a lot of people who like chaos. They want to keep pushing the fucking envelope. They like when people scream. They like when people get angry. They live in chaos. I don't do that. I've come to the realization these last 3 months, I'm not somebody who lives in chaos. I like struggle. I like setting up difficult challenges for me to try to overcome. But what I don't like is I don't like chaos. I want people to be happy. I want people to smile. I want people to feel good about themselves. I'm not one for just straight up oblivion, chaos, madness. I don't like that. I thought I would, but I don't. I want to see people come together, hug each other, give each other, long conversations, talk to each other. But I just don't see that happening here. What I'm hoping for the most is we know who the president is by Friday, so we can get out all our protesting over the weekend. Lawsuits happen within these next month to 2 months, and then maybe we really know who the president is, because I don't think the person that's announced on Friday is going to automatically be declared the president. I think they will be in the public's eye, but I think there's going to be a lot of chaos going on behind the scenes. I know Donald Trump's already suing a bunch of people. I know Joe Biden's also, I'm pretty sure he's suing states. I'm not 100% sure. That could be slander, but it's just what I think. I'm not stating it as factual information at all. You know what should have happened this time around? We should have made it by law that you can't go on social media for the whole week of the election. That should have been a law. No social media for anybody. And then there would have been no protest. There would have been no nothing. We would have just been chilling, right? Nobody would have been mad at each other. No one would have hated each other. We would literally just be chilling. But we have this platform that you can group ideas and completely tear down other people without having any facts or any valid information, or just simply because you think somebody's ugly, you don't like them, you don't like their job they do, you think they're lazy pieces of shit, you could attack them all day long on social media. That's why I couldn't do a podcast. I was sad. I wasn't happy. I was angry. I was confused. I was depressed. I just worked out. I tried to talk about it as minimal as possible because it's not an event for me. It's sadness for me. This is sad for me to watch People are treating this like an event. This is sad for me to watch. I don't like it. I don't like seeing people just be different if people won and they're winning because their team won, but it's not about that. It's about seeing other people lose. People want to see other people upset and sad. People want to be able to say, look, I told you so. Look, you're wrong. Go cry. Go be upset. Go kill yourself. You fucking racist slob. People want to be able to say that. Look, you lost, you stupid liberal. Go scream again. You know, people want that. People don't want to win. It's not about winning. It's about hurting. It's about pain. It's about making other people suffer. Categorizing people as the libs or the Trumpers. That's dangerous territory. I'm telling you, it's fucking dangerous. Do your history. That's dangerous. Whenever you dehumanize people and you put them into categories that are animal related or just categories in general, it's not good. It's not good. It's bad. It's a bad thing. Look at the history of dictators. If you look at the history of violence in countries, it's because the people break down other people so that they're not related to each other, even though we're all fucking Americans. I was wearing socks, and as I was leaving, somebody was like, "You're gonna wear those socks on election day?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna wear these socks." It's an American flag. We're living in a time with the American flag doesn't mean America. It means a sign of repression. Fuck out of here. I mean, come on. Is this what we're doing now? Is this what we're doing now? This is stupid. It's fucking, nobody knows what they're talking about. They're putting out these crazy ass polls. We don't even know if like the election's gonna, even if it's final, if anyone's gonna listen to it. Some states were done within the first like 10 minutes being open. Kentucky they closed their polls so quick. Nevada's as of the 5th of November, 48 hours later, only at 50%. Alaska's still open. Georgia's still open. North Carolina's still open. Pennsylvania's still open. People are still angry. People are still yelling at each other. Starbucks is coming out. You know what? Starbucks today, you guys listen to this podcast. Starbucks today actually just released their brand new coffee drinks. Go out, do yourself a favor, get yourself a brand new mocha. I'm going to read you guys off the list because this is what we need. This is what we need to talk about. Here's what this year's Starbucks holiday cups could look like. Cool looking cups. I get it, man. These cups look sick. They really are legit. They're like stripy with like green and white and blue. They're going to have sparkles and dots on them. Woo! Starbucks Corp has unveiled this year's collection of holiday cups, which will be available with seasonal coffee flavors at locations in the U.S. and Canada starting Friday. I'm assuming the 6th. It doesn't say that, though. This year's holiday cups in the red and green of the season include sparkles, ribbons, and dots. I'm telling you, dude, ribbons are what's going to bring a country together. And the coffee flavors, this is where I get excited, include peppermint mocha, white chocolate mocha, and eggnog latte. I have been on carnivore diet. Wednesday I had a bite of pasta and a candy bar because I broke a little bit. I'm mad, but I did. And the reason why I did is because I was sad and depressed and I was angry and I was mad at the world and I was pissed off at how people are acting. They're acting like fucking children. But I have been on it. I love it. It's great. It's easy. It's the hardest part for me to eat enough, which is my whole life. The hardest part of any diet is to just eat the proper amount. You know, like I suck with that. Market's killing it too. If you guys have any market in this past week, that bitch is up like, I mean, the S&P is up like crazy numbers. Let me look at the S&P. The S&P is up this week alone, up 7%, 6.88% as of 10:07 on the 5th. I mean, it's killing it. And I also own NASDAQ or QQQ. That bitch is up 7.5%. Son, boom. Money in the stocks keep on going up. Back to Starbucks. Yeah, so I've been killing with the carnivore diet. So what I still have, though, which I know I'm not supposed to have, is so weird. I'm reading this book. I'm almost done with it. And then I get to start this book, The Denial of Death, which I am so excited for. And then I'm also going to read, reading has helped me a lot. It keeps my mind off a lot of shit. I'm also going to read Terrence McKenna. Terrence McKenna. Something. Food of the Gods by Terrence McKenna, written in 1992. Great book. I'm pretty sure it talks about Stone Age theory and exploration of human symbiotic relationships with plants and chemicals present, informations of prehistoric partnership societies, the role of spices and spirits, and the rise of dominator societies. In the politics of tobacco, tea, coffee, opium, and alcohol, which is fascinating because I'm reading a whole book right now that's anti-plants, 100% everything plants. So much so that when I'm reading this book, he says you shouldn't eat pepper. And I'm like, fuck, I don't even think about it. Seasoning to me has 0 calories, so I don't think about it. But I realize this diet is more or less not about seasonings. It's a lot of it has to do with the chemicals that are in certain plants. And that's what I should primarily be focusing on. But I forget, and I put it all on, but now I'm just adding salt to it. But what I am going to have, what I am kind of not counting in the diet, which I know I should count, but I'm not counting because I like them. I know I'm not a straight up carnivore dietitianer. I'm breaking the rules a little bit, but I think it's worth it. And I'm not going to stop it because guess what? I need some good food during times of stress, and I don't stress out a lot. I don't get sad a lot. I don't get depressed a lot. I'm usually really fine, but what does make me sad is when people are not nice to each other. On a when the vast majority of people aren't being nice to each other. That makes me sad as a person because I can understand when I'm sad or if I'm upset or whatever. I can understand me, but I struggle understanding that you can just hate everybody. You could take a part of the population and be like, fuck them. Even Nazis, dude, I try to just not understand. Yeah, I try to understand them. I try to understand why they were the way they were. I want to know. I don't want to yell. But I will have a peppermint mocha. I will have a white chocolate mocha, and I will have an eggnog latte, and I won't look at the calories. I know they're probably 300, 400 calories, but every single morning I've been having a cup of coffee, and I've been adding peppermint bark mocha, creamer flavors. I love them. They make me happy. They make me feel good. They, seasonals. Seasonal. Oh, they're right there. Haha, that's where they are. When you get a nice comfy blanket and you can just pull it over you and you just feel like the world has taken the day off for a second. That's how I feel when I have a good cup of coffee with a nice, delicious, oh my God, Coffee Mate has Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Funfetti. I'm that dude who will put all the crazy shit on them because I love just the piece of it all. Peppermint Mocha I've had. There's another one I've had right there. Pumpkin spice. Butter toffee sounds fucking amazing. Dude, these Nestle Coffee Mates and Delights are banging, dude. Oh my God, they're so good. Good God, dude. Coffee's like, you put this in your coffee, you're like, this isn't even coffee. This tastes like sugar. And I don't count the calories on it because I don't want to because they're delicious. So fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And there's one other one. I think there's peppermint mocha and then I think white bark mocha, which is delicious. They make me feel good. They make me feel like there's peace within inside of my soul. That's all I want. I want people to be happy. I want happy people. I don't want sad people. I don't like sad people. I like happy people. Food items like sugar plum, cheese danishes, and cookies in the shape of snowmen. That's adorable. What's a sugar plum Danish? Starbucks. Ooh, those look good. Ooh, here one other thing before I let you guys go. But yeah, just let's all be nice to each other. And whoever wins, let's just fucking just keep doing your damn thing. Just chill, bro. It's gonna be okay. I'm telling you, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. That's why they've been calling themselves McCafe, because they're bringing in fancy bakery items. They have a cinnamon roll. They have a blueberry muffin. They have an apple fritter. This weekend, I'm leaving. Taylor and I are going away, and I'm definitely gonna get to the Sunday because I'm doing 6 days on of carnivore and 1 day off of carnivore. So I'm eating carnivore for 6 days, and then Sundays I'm not having it, so I can just enjoy life. Like if I really was doing this for whatever reason, I wouldn't do it, but I'm just doing it just to test the waters and to get shredded because it does help a lot with that. But apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin. That's why they remarketed as a McCafe instead of McDonald's. What? McDonald's little donuts? Hold up. McDonald's Canada launched little donuts in 5 flavors, and they're available right now. Why do snacks always taste better when they're mini? McDonald's little donuts have just launched in Canada, 5 different flavors. The mini treats were trialed in select markets last year, and now these snacks are here to stay. What? Oh, with the mac. Oh. Okay, they have apple fritter, looks amazing. Strawberry jelly, nope. Sprinkle, looks delicious. Boston cream, nope. Maple caramel, okay. So they get the win for having it as a yeast donut because I don't like. I will eat. Trust me. Like if you put a dozen cake donuts in front of me, I'll eat 12 of them. If you put 12 yeast donuts, I'll eat 12 of them. But then I'll go out of my way to eat more. I won't go out of my way to. What I'm trying to say is, yeast donuts are better than cake donuts. And I say this to people, they don't understand the difference. Yeast donuts are the ones that like you squeeze and they kind of go back out a little bit. There would be like your standard pink glazed pink icing donut from Dunkin' Donuts, whereas like a cake donut would be like in this area like a fractured prune donut, or like a like those little powder ones, you get in like the little boxes like 7-Eleven or like Wawa Toasties. No, not Toasties, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And I like the yeast donuts. Now I don't like how McDonald's the little donuts are the little donuts are all the 3 out of the 5. I'm gonna say 3 of the 4 main ones because the apple fritter is not a donut. 3 of the 4 are filled donuts. Filled donuts are aggressive, man. They just feel like busting in your mouth. Like, not that I don't know what that is. I will continue. Strawberry jelly, just it has to be super minimum strawberry. It can't. I like the dough. I want the dough. I don't want all that jelly just in my mouth because you don't know how far you have to bite into it. You don't know how much is going to be in it. The Boston cream, never a fan. I don't understand. I'll eat them, like I'll eat 6 of them, but I won't be happy when I eat them. I'll be upset when I eat them. It's like if I eat, just get full, like before carnivore, I was upset if I ate something that was healthy for me, but I was full. I wanted something unhealthy for me and still feel full. Maple caramel, that one sounds pretty good, but it's pretty wild that they're doing donuts. I guess, I mean, it makes sense. They're calling themselves McCafe, and they're really trying to they're really trying to progress outside of just burgers, which I get. I understand it, but at the same time, I think it's a risky business, at least for an expanding company. But it seems like, I'm just gonna look up real quick. Well, I guess it's already been news for a while. I didn't know that. I didn't know they had little donuts. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this episode down. I know it's been it's been an interesting one. I've been feeling a little weird about it all, just sad about it all. I want it to be over. I want it to be over. I want people to be back doing normal life things. I don't want to ever hear another word about election. I think it's stupid. I don't have time for this shit. I want to see you guys Tuesday. When I've seen you guys Tuesday, we know who the president is and we know what to do with our lives, and just be nice to each other. Care for the people that you don't know. The people you don't know, try to talk to them and be a good friend. Just be a good person and treat everybody like they're not a Democrat or Republican. Just treat them like they're a human, like they're an American, like they're a real person, because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We all just want to be seen, and that's why people do crazy shit. That's why people protest. That's why people burn shit down. That's why people, it's why people do crazy things, because what they want is they want to be seen. They want to be heard. And the best way to help someone feel like they're heard is listen to them. Talk to them. Don't just try to fire back at something they say. Actually, take the time, listen to what they have to say, and they will end up being friends with you. They will like you more if you just listen to what people have to say. Listen to what people have to say. Give people hugs. Talk to people in the eyes directly. Look at them. Don't stop categorizing everybody, and just fucking be happy. And I'm feeling better. I just want this thing to be over with. I'm so tired of fucking Joe Biden and Donald Trump. These two fucks are the combined age of 160 years old. They're both born in the 40s. These people have both been racist before. They've both been sexist. They've both done some dirty ass shit. Let's not act like one's better than the other, you fucking idiots. Let's just realize that this is chaos and we're living in a chaotic world. Let's just realize that. I'll see you guys on Tuesday when we know who the winner is. Maybe. Who the fuck knows? I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. It's been real. This actually has been very lethargic for me. It's helped me. Not lethargic. Cathartic? Lethargic's like when you eat too much McDonald's and you're just shitting and tired all day. Or like too much Taco Bell. But yeah, this has been nice. This actually helped me just talk things through to my head, but out of my mouth through you guys' faces. Thank you so much for always being supportive, showing so much love on this podcast. I think I might have a sponsor here in the next 2 weeks. Not too sure, but in the meantime, keep showing love. Keep showing love to people out there. Be good to each other. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I'll catch you guys in episode 138, I believe, of the show. 137 of the show with me and Michael Labs. See you guys.